Good evening, viewers and subscribers. This is BVI Channel 1, and we are live on Matters Arising. This program was scheduled to happen about a couple of days before, but for whatsoever reason, we are bringing it to you today and asking the big question after the political situation in Nigeria today, the call for Igbo to return home. The Akuluna campaign that we've been preaching, is it now done on Igbo to heavily invest their business back home? But there are so many questions to be answered. But before we go down to the question, let us take a look again at one video that had gone viral. We published it earlier when we wanted to do this program before. But let us reflect on what this woman told other fellow traders in Lagos. You need to listen to it and you need to share this video. I'll be right back.
I gonna apply to me. I bank it. I got no pata me. I bank it. One day to work up and you say no dani. But we say every day forever. But I the unprepared. I try no corner to the roof where they prepared. A man was like this by 1996. Man, no kwa my equator. On kwa my equator. I no call no. Then message or site in Avia Buna. Okay, rule. Kaina Bank.
My sister.
I'm on your same property. Upon your property. On your dad, under the here, I must get a property. I'm a property on a reiki law where I can I'm not going to know. My own property, one of when I can get when I back at but don't on that can keep. Also, be a lot of quite a pack as well. I business. I didn't do. On for trade fair. I wrote trade fair no. That was like a dance. Do you know back ideas on your one of my tools for the trade fair? Yes. Eh?
20 years now.
I ain't a roll. Near you, near yellow. When I try to on an Abaliani, Imepe News, Iba. But I will about
That is it. You're welcome back. Don't forget, this is a live interactive section on Matters Arising. And I have with me in the studios, joining me for United States of America, in Engineer Umezurike. Okay, we are bringing him right on board to join us in this conversation. But don't forget that when we are on the conversation, feel free to join us by dropping your comment on the comment section. Feel free to make your submission known. Okay, feel free to tell us what you think about the issue we are reviewing tonight on Matters Arising, talking about Igbo coming back home. We want to make this discussion very brief and also keep it straight on point because of some kind of internet hassles. We wouldn't want to keep you a long time. But if you want to join us in the conversation, you can call us through our line 08104545533. You can add +234 if you're calling from outside Nigeria to tell us your opinion. Don't get it twisted. This is not an obedient movement thing. This is an Igbo question on their future in Nigeria. Should they concentrate more of their business investment in the southeast? What about their survivors? How would they cope? All of these answers, we'll be having it tonight as we bring on our brother who is joining us from United States of America, Engineer Umezurike, who is already seated with me right here. Engineer, you're welcome to the program tonight. All right. We have seen what is happening in Nigeria, the political situation that just transpired. We've seen a whole lot of things from where our people, for some time, their businesses were locked up, and it's not even a new thing, because I know that some years back their businesses were locked up in Alaba at so many occasions in different markets. Their businesses were locked up, and they were their market was forcefully shut down, and they went on rampage to protest the forceful closure of their markets. A whole lot of the intimidation has been happening. We've seen it time and over, just like we're seeing right here on the screen, where our people are protesting.
Where our Igbo bros are doing their business,
you can see them, they are protesting the closure of their market. This is long before the election happened. And I remembered vividly well that I made a submission, and I showed our people a kind of alternative somewhere in Oba, where you have market that is empty. Why don't they relocate some of their market back home? But the response was very slow, or very, very, very minimal. Okay, and our people continue to ply their trade in Lagos. Following up the election, they weren't allowed to register. The chaos was just too much. Okay, our people who tried to register were attacked, brutalized, just like you're seeing right there on the screen. Okay, our people were seriously brutalized. Our people were seriously, attacked. At some point, they were injured.
In Lagos State is
just like you're seeing right there on the screen.
Somebody has sustained injury. Look at my brother with the blood. No, I want to video you. My brother, let me video your face. Look at the blood.
I bet you can see all of those reports. And this has been what we've been talking about. You know, there are a whole lot of things that happened throughout this election build-up and the rest of them. And it is a cause for concern. And people are asking, question, are Igbos really accepted in Nigeria? Or is this just a conspiracy by the political class to bring in ethnic division in the obedient movement or whatever? Okay? And also the violent attack during the election proper, where they were asked not to come out to vote. Okay? They were violently attacked. They were seriously warned not to come out to vote. You can see at this place is only if you are identified as an Igbo man, you will not be allowed to go in and vote. That's just what you're looking at there. And the report, we made it very clear when it happened. Okay?
Yeah, we're not allowed to vote. Once you get to the gate, they ask you if you are from Lagos State. Once you're not from Lagos State, East, Igbo State, Anambra, they'll tell you to go back, go to your place to vote. That's the situation here, Kota Primary School. So we are not always voting.
So when all of this are happening, we ask our people the question: is it about time people come back home to invest in their homeland, and how will they survive? So, engineer, you've seen all of those things. You've heard all of those things, even though you are living in America. You've seen them. You've seen the report. What can you make of all of this from your assessment?
So basically, from my assessment,
Go ahead. We have a large audience, so we will appreciate it if you use. Yeah.
So my assessment, I've been an advocate of the Igbo recognizing the problems, the consequences of having decided to be on our own and remain independent between the 67 and 70 wars. These are the consequences of it. And we know that very well. And we know the parties that are playing. There's a power play going on. We should be able to understand what's going on. We shouldn't try to please everybody else within the confines of the current day Nigeria, hoping that one day it will be better for us. It's never going to be what we think it should be, but we can make it better for ourselves. I think it's about time we start heading southeast because we've tried many things within the bounds of Nigeria. We've tried to work together with everybody else. Instead, we get a federal character. We've tried to move our trade across other states. We've continued to remain enterprising and resourceful. Nigeria, even West Africa as a whole. We're not getting that support that we need. Instead, what we have today is a reflection of what's been there all along. What's happened in Lagos is a reflection of how the elites in those areas think. And we've had a lot of people talk about majority of this problem. There's a need to move southeast and establish the same things that we see in the west of Nigeria, to be precise. Take for example trade fair and what happened at trade fair. That's appalling, but we shouldn't be surprised by it. We should expect it because we know the history. It's just not the first time. But it's like you're in an abusive relationship, a man and a woman in an abusive relationship. Each time the woman get beat up or the man get beat up, they make up excuses for getting beat up. But that's a toxic relationship. You should get out of it. So what I'm encouraging our people to do is we've always been like the people that always start over and we always succeed in whatever we do. We should take the same spirit and return to the east. Although we have a majority of our businesses, some of us have majority of businesses in Lagos, and there are still some in the Nnewi and Aba. We should be able to go down to places like Oka or Oba and triangulate our businesses and use technology to drive it, which is what we are blessed with. We do understand technology very well. In most countries that we live in, we have good engineers, good scientists, and good educators. Whenever it comes to STEM, we do very well in those. We should now work together as one unit to support the exodus from Lagos back to the southeast so we can have a new beginning in this era. We should understand that if we move to our region, the same people will realize what they have lost. And now, just like in a very terrible toxic relationship, when they lose the party on which they beat up all the time, guess what? They go back to those parties whom they are friends with and start beating up on them while they wallow and the fact that they have lost something really good. So that's the take here. We need to recognize the power and the weakness. The weakness right now is the fact that we built up Lagos and we don't want to leave it. That's terrible, but it's something that must be done.
Okay.
So we have to cut the losses at this time because those regions, whether it's North or any part of West Africa, will still come